Sydney and Sydney Harbour. It was suggested to me by Bill Lockhart to concentrate on a map on things that I knew more about, and it would be more spontaneous, more unintentional discussion of what's happening in the map. So I thought that was good advice. So that's what I'm doing today. So I've got my 7B pencil this time, and I'll start doing the map with my 7B pencil. And this is the coastline. I'm drawing the north coastline here. I'm drawing of the harbour, and it kind of goes around like that, and around a bit like that, and yep, and there's lots of interesting sort of little coves and inlets in the harbour, where there's a number of little harbour beaches that people go to. Some of those have shark nets in them, sort of to protect the swimmers. Although I've been to some of those beaches where the shark nets, and you swim down, you take your goggles and you swim down along the net, and there's massive big holes in the shark nets. But anyway, I suppose it makes you feel safer than perhaps what you really are. Now this is the coastline here to the Tasman Sea or the Pacific Ocean, and there's a few beaches along here, and this is the entrance to the harbour there. And down around like this. This is the southern coastline of the harbour now. And a bit like that, and around. Hopefully this is reasonably accurate. But anyway. Okay, so there's the harbour there, and I'll start drawing, colouring in the blue for the harbour. I'm going around Manly Beach here at the moment, and this is the entrance to the harbour now. That's Manly Beach, and you can actually catch a ferry, and it lands here, and it's just probably a 10-minute walk, and you're at the beach. That's a fun thing to do. And down along here, along the coastline, and down the bottom here is roughly where Bondi Beach is, which I'll talk about more a little bit later, and also for Manly. Around here is Taronga Zoo, and Taronga Zoo. Megan and Harry were in Sydney a few weeks ago, and they went to Taronga Zoo for a visit. It's a pretty good zoo. The zoo's got lots of animals, really well run, and they're trying them all the open cage sort of style, so it's not like so much of a jail, but more of a open zoo. There's some great shows there. I remember seeing there was some sort of bird of prey that came swooping across the crowd, and we all sat there on a stand. Amazing. Didn't know. The first time we went there, you didn't realise what was going to happen. They even had trained rats that ran along a bit of rope, which was also amazing. main ferry wharf down there. So I'll keep colouring in up around here. Okay, and a little bit more to go. This is down here to Barangaroo and Darling Harbour down the bottom, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. I've gone over the lines there unfortunately, but it doesn't matter, I suppose. Okay, that kind of gives you a basic idea, I suppose, of what Sydney Harbour looks like. It's a great harbour. It's fabulous on a sunny day. Lots of stuff to do. So, the first one I'll talk about is the ferries. And the ferries leave from a circular quay, and quay is spelled Q-U-A-Y. So if you come to Sydney, don't say circular quay, because everybody will know you're a tourist. You've got to say circular quay. And from the quay, you can catch ferries a short distance around the harbour. You can catch them to Taronga Zoo, to Manly, and also down into Barangaroo, and also down the Parramatta River. Now I'm going to use the red pen, and there's all these little sort of wharfs here in circular quay. And first of all, I'll draw a line for the ferry to Manly. And there's a beach. You get the ferry there. There's lots of shops, lots of places to eat, heaps of people. And you walk down off the ferry, follow the crowds, walk down the mall, open mall there, and the other side is the beach. And there's lots of walks and things you can do from Manly, so that's pretty interesting. Another place to catch the ferry is here to Taronga Zoo. Now let's have a look. I might do that with my finer pencil. And it's really quite of a steep. When you get to the bottom, there you look up and you think, gosh, I've got to walk all that way up to the top to see the animals, but they've got a cable car. And you get in, pay your money to get into the zoo, hop on the cable car, and it takes you to the top in a couple of minutes. You could sort of spend half the day just doing laps, I think, on that cable car. And you see the zoo as you're going past too, so that's good fun. Now where else? You can also get a ferry over here to Luna Park. We've got our own Luna Park here in Sydney, and I'll draw that. There, it's the big face. The big sort of smiley face is Luna Park. Probably the red pencil should sort of go a bit closer, I suppose. Or the red pencil line. And you can also get ferries that go down to Parramatta, Sydney Olympic Park, and also around here to Barangaroo. So with the Olympic Park, I think it's a bit of a walk from the ferry terminal into the Olympic Park, but that's where the Sydney 2000 Olympics was held. Yeah, so Sydney Olympic Park was where the opening and closing ceremony was held, and the athletics. Barangaroo is just all a lot of wharf space along there, and lots of places to eat. You sort of look west there, so it's probably better in the morning than in the afternoons. Now down here also there's Darling Harbour, and you've got an aquarium, you've got a wildlife park, and you've got the Madame Tussauds waxworks there. You can all visit those if you're going to Darling Harbour. The aquarium's quite good. There's a lot to see. You walk under. There's a sort of a tunnel, glass sort of tunnel that you walk under the water. It's obviously dry, but there's different sharks and stingrays. There's even dugongs in there eating lettuce. In there, and the wildlife park is pretty good. There were snakes and other things there. And the waxworks is sort of got a little bit of an Australian theme to the waxworks, with Australian actors that are famous in the waxworks. Now, important thing to note, important landmark is the Sydney Harbour Bridge. That pretty well goes across there, and there's cars and also the train goes through there, and the train comes back down here into the CBD, Central Business District, where there's lots of workers and hotels. So if you came to Sydney, then maybe that's where you're going to stay. And let me think here. They got the Opera House, which is I'll draw a bit of those sort of sails there on the those sort of saily things. Probably not a terribly good drawing of the Opera House, but anyway, I'll rub out the blue in the middle and have another go at it. The Opera House. So when you're here at the ferries, it's only probably a 5-minute walk to the Opera House, and 10 minutes walk. You can walk across the Harbour Bridge there for Sydney. And when Harry and Meghan Markle came to town, they went to the Opera House. Harry, and we'll just call her Meg, and they went to Taronga Zoo. Harry and Meg, and they didn't go to Manly, but they went down here to Bondi, and they met to Bondi Beach. It's a pretty famous beach. It's a really nice beach, actually. Pretty crowded on the weekends, but during the weekdays, it's probably much better time to visit and have a swim. And there's that great show, Bondi Rescue. And so Harry, I don't think Harry and Meghan caught the ferry across to Taronga Zoo. They might have got a private boat, perhaps. I'm unsure. Opera House. And if you were wanting to get the bus, there's a bus that runs to Bondi, and it sort of starts down here at the ferries, runs up through the Sydney city, and then cruises down there to Bondi, and it's the 333 bus, 333. That's the bus number to Bondi, and they run every 6 or 8 minutes. Important thing to know, if you come to Sydney then and you want to catch public transport, then all you need is one of these Opal cards. The cards don't cost anything, but it costs you money to load your value onto the cards, load money onto the cards, and you can use this card on ferries, trains and buses. And I think there's a limit of the total maximum you can be charged in one day is $15.80. That's Australian dollars, and so you can travel. One trip might be half of the $15, so you can have 2-3 trips, and then all the rest are free for the day if you want to see a few things in one day. And unfortunately, if you come from the airport, there's about a $15 charge just to get through the gate at the airport, plus your train fare. So that doesn't not included in the $15.80 day cap, but that's your Opal card. There's a little chip in there, and you just tap on, tap off as you get on and get off public CBD. In here there's some great old stone buildings in Sydney. Must have been all by convict labour. I think this was the original settlement of us in Australia. Was European settlement was here. The convicts came on the first fleet, and the convicts were coming for, I don't know, maybe 100 years or more. Or maybe not quite 100. I'm not too sure now. Came from England, and they came for often 7 years, 14 years, or for life, and they worked probably 6 days a week, cutting stone and building things. There's some great, obviously those buildings are heritage listed, and hopefully they won't get pulled down. Yeah, there's great examples, especially down around near the ferries, where those buildings are. Now, one thing that's worthwhile doing, if you're in Sydney, is the big Sydney Tower. I used to call it the Centre Point Tower, but I think it's changed to the Sydney Tower. It's a big sort of a big building with 3 or 4 or 5 levels on a big pole, wires holding it up, and you go up there and you've got a view all around Sydney, which was pretty good. Now we've got this roughly about here, I'd say, or maybe it's a bit around here, are the Botanic Gardens. The Botanic Gardens, and I suppose I should colour those in green to give you an idea. That's where the Botanic Gardens are, and yeah, it's nice, sort of a tranquil spot right next to the city, and it's good to get along here on the coastline. There's a man-made stone wall, probably by the convicts, and you can sit there in chairs, and it's very peaceful during the day there. About lunchtime, all the city workers come out and jogging around the Botanic Gardens in their lunch break, running through. But yeah, it's really quite peaceful sitting there looking over the harbour and letting the day go by. I'll keep drawing the green while I think of it, so you get an idea that this is all the land here. I should do that as well. Up for Manly and Taronga Zoo. Some quite expensive homes around Taronga Zoo and down here in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. And yeah, keep drawing it around. So there's some great things too that happen on the harbour from time to time around the harbour. There's the fireworks, and I'll write that up here, fireworks, which is usually just on New Year's Eve. There'll be a couple of 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock fireworks. And there's also the vivid, which is the lights on the building. They'll put different pictures onto the building, which is always interesting. Watching those pictures, they got shows. There was one there where they had a plant and it kind of grew. It's obviously just the part of the animation, but it was a plant that grew across the building and then stopped and then started all over again. It took maybe a minute to grow across the building. So it was, yeah, that was some really good things. I think they have that every year, but I don't know for sure. And down here, there's some interesting islands as well in Sydney Harbour. Down here somewhere there's Cockatoo Island. You can actually go there and they've got tents set up and you can stay. You pay and you can stay the night or 2 nights on Cockatoo Island. You catch a ferry to Cockatoo Island and come back. There's islands here. There's Garden Island, which is a dockyard, and Fort Denison is a little island in the middle of the harbour. Goat Island as well. So this is obviously the harbour. So I've just written harbour there, so you know that's the harbour. Oh, this is Pacific Ocean, or the Tasman Sea, I think it's called as well. few days, and there's a lot of cruise ships that leave from Sydney Harbour and they head out. Some just go for a lap around the ocean and come back after a couple of days. And some sail up to the different islands, like Vanuatu and New Caledonia and those sort of places. They have a cruise, which is people like to do that as well. A bit more down here now. What else we got to talk about down here? There's exactly where it is, but we've got the important thing to know. We've got the SCG, which stands for the Sydney Cricket Ground, which is where they'll play cricket test matches, one day 2020 cricket matches at the SCG. They also play Australian rules football at the SCG, and then from time to time, which they're doing at the moment, they'll draw like a rectangular pitch in the middle, and they'll play football, soccer, rugby league will be played there as well. And a couple of years ago they had a baseball. Two of the American baseball teams came out. Could have been the LA Dodgers, and the other team escapes me now. But they came out and they dug up the grass, put down the red sort of sand that they play baseball on for the running between the bases, the mound in the middle, and played the game there. I think it might have been the first game of the baseball season for those teams, and then they went home, and then the groundsmen were left with the mammoth task of cleaning it all up and relaying the turf back in the SCG. And this SCG is probably about a 20-minute walk from Central Railway Station up the hill, up to Moore Park. You've got Centennial Park as well. It might not be quite exactly the space for it, but Centennial Park is a big open parkland in the middle of going towards the eastern suburbs of Sydney, and I believe there's horses, bikes, those sort of thing. Good place to go on the weekend, but I haven't been to Centennial Park since probably I was a kid, I'd say. But that's the story. If you're interested in venturing out of Sydney, then you can keep going up this way to places like Newcastle on the train, and even take you to Brisbane on the country train. Change at Hornsby there, and if you keep catching the train down through the Sydney here and around, you'll end up at places up the mountains. The Blue Mountains is worthwhile visiting. Places like Katoomba is good, and then if you go south, I ride Katoomba. I've run out of space there, that doesn't matter. And you might want to go to Nowra, or Bomaderry, I think is the exact name of the station, going south from Sydney Harbour. So this, I suppose I should write, that's the CBD, where there's lots of office blocks, towers. A lot of people come into the CBD to work each day. Some people drive, but mostly they get the train or the bus or the ferry. That's if you lived over here, there's ferry rides that are coming from all these little places across into Circular Quay, and you walk from there to your office. There's some great harbour beaches. Balmoral Beach is a great sort of beach. It's I'm not really sure where that is actually on the location of this map, but I've been there a few times. There's a big sort of a steep hill going down towards the beach, and there's probably shark nettings there. There are, so there's whales. There are whales. There's whale watching boats at certain times of the year. Head out of through the harbour to look at whales. You can go out there deep sea fishing. There's fishing as well. city. So the city's mainly got apartments, offices, hotels are all in the CBD, and there's lots of places to eat, from fast food restaurants to fancy restaurants. There's lots of pubs and hotels, and that thing as well in the city. What else is there? I think that's about it. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've found it relaxing. Hope you found it entertaining. Leave me a comment if you've enjoyed it. Otherwise, I'll finish up now and say thanks for watching.